Hello friends and best friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Kyra and I like to make videos because I am very nerdy. This is so nerdy. This is like the nerdiest thing. I just really like to make videos about productivity and planners and better ways to do things and ways to get things done and how to, indulge some of our creative needs while also doing what we need to do and doing what we want to do with our, stationery and planners and journals and Notion and all of that fun nerdy stuff. That is not what I planned to say, but I guess that's what I say when I did not plan to say anything. Anyway, welcome and thank you. Today, real quick, I just thought I would do a quick update of what's going on with my Traveler's Notebook / my Hobonichi Weeks. I don't know if I actually talked about having my Hobonichi Weeks in my Traveler's Notebook before, or if I just thought I was going to talk about it. Anyway, there's that, and I went to my most favorite, the best stationery store ever, although it's a little stressful in there because there's always a million people, Paper Yeah on Granville Island, and picked up a few inserts for my Traveler's Notebook because I'm always oscillating between having lots of inserts and then having it being impossible to deal with and having no inserts. And now I've got some more inserts, so I'm going more on the maximalist vibe. If you know me, or if you maybe have a similar brain to me, that for some reason it's like you're either all this or you're all that. So I'm going all towards the maximalist at this current phase because this Traveler's Notebook mostly does not leave my house. So it's okay if we get it bulked up. I thought it would be very rude of me to make any modifications to it without showing you and updating you with what's going on, because I just want to hear about what you are doing with your Traveler's Notebook or what your daily notebook, main notebook system looks like. And it's always fun with Travelers because of the ability to modify. However, I have been kind of curious about the plotter system, which is also design fill. But I don't think you can get it in Canada, and I love my Traveler's Notebook, so why stray at this point? I love Traveler's Notebooks because there's just such a cozy feel. The cover, everything is just because you can personalize it and modify it to your needs to such a level. And then with the leather cover, it's just such a cozy feel. At the same time, to be honest, I often struggle with the fact that it's leather because I don't want to hurt an animal, obviously, so it seems kind of horrible to do that. But then we can't go down that rabbit hole now because there's so many things. And at least this is a system where these Traveler's Notebook covers, this is a buy it for life item, so it's not wasteful. I digress. My current also I broke my light, so we're in this sort of shady, but maybe it's kind of better, I don't know. My current Traveler's Notebook of my regular Traveler's Notebook system, I have my Hobonichi Weeks living in the front of my Traveler's Notebook. If I did not share this with you before, I think it is pretty much the best thing that ever could have been figured out about managing a Hobonichi Weeks alongside a Traveler's Notebook, because if you are like me and you love both and you don't want to live without both, you can have both. It is kind of tricky. I'm having trouble figuring out how exactly it should fit. I have the cover in the plastic, what is this called? Plastic envelope, plastic sleeve. Like this is the insert where it's a plastic envelope sleeve folder. I want to get the craft folder insert because I feel like maybe it will be a little bit better for managing this. But yeah, so I am questioning my placement of it at the front of my book because it feels like that is where it should go. However, it's tricky because basically what needs to happen is really I should just have it so that I take it out when I use it. But I like to use it in, and then you kind of have to maneuver it because it is having difficulty dealing with the spine of the other inserts, which I'm about to make worse. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I have found this to be the best way to use my Hobonichi Weeks and my Traveler's Notebook simultaneously in a succinct and compact way, rather than I have carried the Hobonichi Weeks before by itself, which obviously made it more portable. Since it's been in here, it is not that portable, but it always started to get destroyed because I never had a troggen case or anything for it, because I just want it to portabilize in its slim form, and then pages would start to like turn or whatever, edges of the pages would get slightly wrecked in my bag. This is the Sneaker Mega, which is my first time using a sneaker, and I do actually love it. Wait, did I have a sneaker last year? No, I had the botanical cover. I do actually love it, and I especially am loving the fact that it's mega. However, I don't think I necessarily need all the mega pages because I'm not on track to fill the entire thing, and this year I'm not really that appealed to the colors of the mega. Then I have, what do I have written in here? Oh, there's some things. Okay, full disclosure, I'm very tired in my soul because there's been some very heavy things taking place recently in my life / friend ecosystem. So some of the things are in here about that. I also recently and tragically spilled coffee in here when I have a rule of like, don't have the drink next to the book. But fortunately, it kind of did not damage important pages because my first insert is a dot grid, which I mostly just use for in a meeting or a quick thought or an on-the-fly thing, because the Traveler's Notebook dot grid is a, I think, 5mm grid. Like, it's a pretty big grid, and it's kind of, you know, these Traveler's inserts never really lay that nice, especially when you start putting 100 of them in your thing. So I find that the Traveler's insert dot grid is good for fast, quick, not precious, messy, whatever, just gotta jot something down. And then I have been using my Hobonichi Weeks, the back section, for more proper, obviously doodling, I guess, but also journaling. I don't know what's in here. Kyra, organize your house. I've also really been enjoying the back of the Hobonichi Weeks for journaling. And I think really what this is boiling down to, because I switch up my system or my ways of using my system quite a bit, and I think it's partially just, if you're an ADHD person, it's the newness factor. So I was religiously journaling in a dot grid insert in my Traveler's Notebook. I have been, and I am now, semi-religiously journaling in the back section of my Hobonichi Weeks, which something about, I've talked about this before, the feeling of the Hobonichi paper and the 3.5mm grid does make it feel precious and special to me. And it makes me, well, the feeling of this, what pen did I write on this side with? Probably this pen. I'm obsessed with this pen lately. Uni 1P, I think, or Uni 1F, Uni 1P. 12,000 out of 10 this pen is, literally. This is a very most excellent pen. It's just something, like, it's beefy. It's beefy. Anyway, and I see it's made a very nice, when you feel the back of the page that it has been written on. This actually has made my day right now. I don't even know what to tell you. Oh, I should have got bubble tea, and now it's cold and dark. So right now I am really enjoying journaling in the back of the Hobonichi Weeks, and now using these dot grid inserts more for quick, if I have a quick thought that I want to put in, if I have something that I want to write that's not precious, just fast. Not that you should be precious in any part, but I just feel more deliberate in my weeks because of the significant enjoyability of the paper. And I feel this is better for, especially if I'm in a meeting or something, or I want to quickly note something down. I just feel more big and sloppy, and just whatever can go down here. It doesn't really matter. I can spill coffee on it, whatever, you know? Then I have this is so like, I have a sketch insert in here because I don't know why I feel so embarrassed about this or weird about it. Like, I'm trying to be an art person again after, what is math? Basically, after 20 years of being entirely disconnected from being an artist, I guess I feel embarrassed about it because everyone is an artist when they are a child. So who am I to say that I want to be an artist? I'm just a really creative person, and we were all very creative people as children, and some of us maintained it into adulthood and some of us didn't, and some of us just, that's not, I guess, your soul or whatever, but it is my soul. So I am on a journey to be a creative person again. So I have the sketchbook insert. I mean, I have like off and on been a creative person in the last 20 years, but I haven't, it's only now that I am at a position mentally to allow myself to pursue that, I guess, if that makes sense. More of that coming. Let me know, you know, if you want to see some of the ugly journey of trying to become a creative artist person again. So the sketchbook insert, is this all one or two? One. She thick. I also feel like I should get a watercolor insert, but when I've Googled the commentary about the watercolor insert for Traveler's Notebook, it has not gotten very good reviews and very good feedback. So I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm off and on with watercolor. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see some of the art things that I am revitalizing and finding the acceptance within myself to pursue. The point of this video, really the point was just to visit, because I miss you. Hello. I went to my most favorite store, Paper Yeah, and I purchased another clip because Traveler's Notebooks, are these the same? I can't find another one of these navy clips. This navy clip is the best. Obviously the silver one I managed to find is the same, but it's not because it's not navy. I love this navy clip. I got it from 26 Market in Winnipeg 12,000 years ago. I need another one. When you have Traveler's Notebooks, you will learn, or any, you know, sort of beefy notebook system, you're gonna need clips. It's just the nature of the beast. I have not gone down the rabbit hole of getting the $25 Traveler's Notebook specific clips, which are apparently quite good, but these are $8.95. Ooh, I thought it was like $7.50. You're gonna need clips because you're gonna need to clip open your things because they don't sit open. So I've got 2 additional dot grid inserts because the other thing about Traveler's Notebook is once you get the ecosystem going, these dot grid inserts, and I'm in Canada, so it used to make things $1 bazillion more than America, but then now that America has tariffs on all the imported stationery, I think maybe it's not, but these were $5.95. So like, this is pretty good once you kind of get oriented and get it set up and get your base kit. $5.95 is pretty good. What I wanted to do was, or what I'm pondering, is having a dedicated dot grid insert specifically to manage my like YouTube stuff and creative projects and creative stuff, because I need to formalize how I am on track with that. And I have had previous incarnations of myself where, you know, those are pages inside of my weeks or pages inside of my cousin or whatever. And the thing that is really nice about the Traveler's Notebook systems is how you can, even though it's like all one package, when it's separated as a separate insert, it does feel more separate than flipping to a different section of your planner. I would like the organization, and I like the idea of the organization of having this being dedicated to that, because these inserts, they are not very many pages. They fill up super fast. So I'm constantly, not constantly, but every couple months, your dot grid insert is full and it's no longer a part of this. I feel like if all of these thoughts and ideas and things have a home of their own, then I will be doing a much better job of parsing that and organizing that and making that happen, versus right now it's a lot of things stewing in my brain, notes getting put in random places, and it's not materializing the way I would like it to. And obviously in the bullet journal method and in the getting things done method, you have your inbox and you collect the things, and then on your review you migrate them to the next step, but they're not getting migrated, they're just existing in a lot of different places, and this needs to be a home. And then the other insert, and I'm pretty sure that I am entirely out to lunch thinking that this many inserts is even going to be possible. But I mean, I have seen people on Reddit with beefier Traveler's Notebooks than this. The other insert, I'm just kind of still pondering this. I'm thinking of having one that's more like, these are the important things. I mean, I guess this is really what the calendar sections of my Hobonichi Weeks are for. I just feel like I need a place for some of the most important things that I want to survive the cycle of inserts changing and methodologies changing. I think I need a notebook to just be a home for some critical thoughts and information that I want to have longevity. I don't know. I'm still pondering that one. So I got to figure out how to you only get 2 elastics. And I think I've already done something to these elastics to make them so that you can mess around with how you're doing your inserts. But I'm gonna have to figure out, I have somewhere more elastics in the Traveler's Notebook repair kit thing of how to make these work together. Oh yeah, Kyra, what are you thinking? This might not be a good idea. No, yeah, it's gonna be an epic idea. Oh, feels good. I wish you could feel this right now. It feels so nice. Feels really nice. Yeah, like that is satisfying. That is satisfying. The only thing that could make this better is I just wish Traveler's Notebook was just, it's so tall, you might as well just make it a full A5. I don't feel like we're gaining by having it as a partial A5, you know? I don't know. The reason I've been up and down with Traveler's Notebook always is that this just, the dimensions of the page are awkward to me. If it was an A6, there's just something about the long and skinny that's just not working for me. But I keep coming back to it because I love it. And you know, you get your clips going, you get your good pen, everything is good, everything is well in the world. Make sure you get, if you're slightly new to being a huge nerd about stationery, you better get the glow-in-the-dark TWSBI pen. I'm telling you, there's nothing more fun than Dear Diary, and then going to sleep, and then your nice little pen will remain glowing beside you as you magically fall asleep. Reading your Sarah J. Maas or whatever the frick I'm reading right now. It's big nerd time, okay? I'm basically devastated that summer is over, so all I can do is quadruple down into this cozy big nerd time. Also got another dot grid insert for my Traveler's Notebook Passport. 11 out of 10. I don't know, there's just something I'm really feeling, especially particularly now that summer is over. It's just this is almost like a little, you know, if you have an emotional support stuffy, this notebook is the equivalent and slightly more socially acceptable version of an emotional support stuffy. I just love it, and I mean, I didn't intend to make this video to convince you that you need a Traveler's Notebook. It's triggering me to really feel the appreciation that I have for this system. For me, tactile and the look is almost as much of the experience, if not more, than the actual functionality. So it's just, I love how nicely it is working with the Hobonichi Weeks. That is a dream come true. And I love the, what's the word I'm looking for? Customization. You can customize it to whatever you need. If you don't have one, when I got my passport, there's like everything. People are reselling them, and because this is leather, you can buy this. Look at locally where people are reselling them. Look at Poshmark. They seem to be on Poshmark quite a bit. You can't go wrong with getting this as the second or third or whatever mother of one of these notebooks, because I do think it's going to last forever. And you know, that helps with some of this social issue of just horrific, massive amounts of consumerism and waste, which I struggle with because sometimes I'm sitting here talking about no more consumerism, and then other times I'm like, look at how many more inserts can I fit? I am in love with all the inserts. That's what I gotta say right now. Look at, I had to empty this because it was getting too stuffed. If you are using a Traveler's Notebook or whatever notebook that you are using for your planning and journaling, I would be very interested in the comments below to hear about it. There's nothing I love more than talking about all of my nerdy things. I was gonna say than talking about planners and journaling, but no, there's a plethora of nerdy things that I could talk about at length. So please tell me in the comments what your nerdy things are. 11 out of 10 recommend this. I'll put it in the description, this pen. Like, something about the feeling of it. Like, it's like feels good. The notebook feels good. Like, yeah. You know that meme or that video with that chick that is snuggling a massive cow? She's like, yeah, like,
It's boys are God. And she doesn't care. She loved it. That was such a forceful kiss.
that's how I feel. Touch these things. Right now I'm in a phase of like, yeah, like just, I need you to support me because some hard shit's going on, and I need you to snuggle me, and I need you to glow in the dark, okay? These are the things that I need today. Thank you for watching my video. My teeth, my teeth, but still please leave a brace face. We will be brace face crew for life. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Looking forward to hearing from you in the comments. I'm trying hard at getting organized and doing better with my videos because I have a list of, it's probably a list of 75 things that I could talk at length about right now that I've listed, but it's just, you know, it's a process, and then I broke my light. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Brace face. Bye. Oh yeah, I think my first art thing, if you're interested, let me know. I mean, I guess I'll probably have to start it before I publish this video. And anyway, I think my first art thing is that it's my niece's birthday coming up. And instead of buying her a birthday card, not that little kids really care that much about the card, but I want to illustrate her a little birthday card as one of my activities to, I'm reading The Artist Way, or I started reading it like a year ago and then I put it down because you know how it gets a little weird. But I'm gonna start rereading it, and I'm gonna illustrate a little birthday card for my niece. So maybe that can be somewhat of a video. That's all. Thank you, bye.